When innovative organizations like NHUSTA EduTech step into this space with creative, gamified tools, they aren't just giving kids a fun activity. They are fundamentally changing how the next generation learns to solve problems. While NHUSTA specifically focuses on revolutionizing mathematics through board games, puzzles, and digital platforms, this approach is the exact foundation required for meaningful AI integration. AI is built entirely on mathematics, pattern recognition, and logic. By teaching kids how to think rather than what to memorize, these organizations are preparing learners to be active creators in an AI-driven world, rather than just passive consumers.
Good day, it's introducing Mapinda from Dual Marketing, and today I've got a guest to Easy
Hi, Joe. I'm fine, and how are you? And thank you for having me today.
Sure. So yeah, guys, a simple chat, as I always say, we have simple conversations just about anything, but just to break it down for the normal simple person like myself and yourself. So last time we spoke about a bit of finance, and I'm trying to just talk about education, let's say in the 21st century or in like the fourth national revolution. So I'm going to tell you most of what's about, just a brief background. I'm going to tell you guys why they use the question.
Okay, so NHUSTA is an amazing name that is built from a heart of caring when it comes to students who are learning and studying in South Africa. So this is an abbreviated name. So our N stands for nurturing. We're nurturing for students in South Africa who are studying and who are traveling this journey through their careers. We are also uplifting, which is our usage for uplifting young people. And then with age, we humanize education in the best relatable cultural way, in a way that students understand and receive the content according to the way they live, also every day. And then with our T, we transforming education, and A, it means everything is in an African context.
Nice. Okay, so you're speaking about three abbreviations. So it's the name is an abbreviation, right?
Yes.
So as I was saying, the reason I was asking that today we talk about, as I was saying, education in this era. So you just give us a background about the thing I'm speaking to.
Yes.
I'm studying, obviously. Most of us are that journey from there. Because I'm just thinking back to my days, high school, university, just like right down things.
Yes.
Depending on what subject, but here, just believe us something can see by any means the material, the application. That's why after first year, second year, what is going on, and I was not looking at I got caught out there. Because I was saying, these people in high school or whatever, whichever grade I'm doing, such platforms, as I was saying, before I think that's revolution,
Okay. So when it comes to students, I understand that we as students enjoy playing. We always looking forward to break time. Others have been dropped out of school because they were looking for fun, because they are problem solvers. They want to think deeply into depth, especially when it comes to understanding a concept. But then they don't like memorizing. And I'm one of those students. I love understanding and a lot of research. I just want to understand the concept, where it comes from. Our board games are designed in that way. We are using culture, how we live lives every day. We're using texts as examples. When it comes to houses, we're using our angles. Building houses, that is how we design our content in a way that is much more relatable to other high school students. So when you play our board game, you are going to see those angles, drawing in houses, meaning visualization. If you're someone who enjoys learning in a visual way, and then if you're someone who loves understanding content better, we're using examples that are relatable to your students. So we're growing with you from the younger age. So if you're doing your grade 3, we understand that there's a read the arena, the only house that you mostly familiar with is the one that's at home. So we're going to use those examples, home examples, and when it comes to our online platform, we're using the same concepts.
Okay, no, I see. So you mentioned EEE.
Yes.
So from my understanding, okay, I'm talking to some students who often on things that are game as well.
Yes.
So let's say that let's get a computer was the one there. So right. So let's say now hyperactive kids support especially now in the kids are let's say now. But it's a hyperactive kid. So I'm focus on the game to start as well. Like game and usually we have to form the things of the you that what the talking
Yeah.
right? Like I said, question is that the game one won't really on the other.
No, not at all. If you look at this, it's most people who also spend time in their homes are youth. And most, according to my perspective, which really surprised me as well, most spenders who pay for games are women. Why? Because when you play a game, you feel relaxed because you enjoy what you're doing. It's also fun into it. Unlike when you are seated now and you practicing for excellence, you are alone, you have no one to ask help from, especially when you're not next to your teacher. So our games are designed in a way where we know that by just playing our game, there's learning taking place. With our 2D game, we are using a graph. So a student travels around the graph. So that's learning on its own, because you can see the graph as you travel. And then as you answer the questions, we have real-time assistance, which is our normal AI that pops up if the student answers the questions 3 times. So that means now we understand that you're alone, you don't afford a tutor, which might cost you like 200 to 100 rands per hour. Now you have 24 hours and access to one on AI while you claim your understanding. So we have also the option where you say that you understand after answering the reading also. So the memo that you also provide after you answered your question, and you get options so that yes, I understand. But then you also have so do you see how many times you can learn within a platform at the same time? Why you don't get stressed with if you find it, especially when it comes to students from rural areas, because they really cannot afford filtering costs, which are increasing daily in South Africa nowadays. So our games are designed to be where learning takes place. We make sure that you are learning at the same time learning, and that playing is to learn.
Okay. Yes. So playing and learning.
Yes.
What are you trying to say is that so as you were saying that it's the more I play, the more I learn.
Yes.
Okay, so I got a things again. Hyperactive but you focus the game parts of it. So now I'm saying that the more I play, the more I learn.
There's also a voice recording of someone speaking and motivating you to answer questions. So that also forms part of learning as well.
No, I see.
So you get motivation as you answer the questions. And have you ever played the game called You Cold and What, when you getting closer in finding a hidden belt?
What?
Yeah, so we're using that. So it's something that we've all played during our young ages.
Yeah.
So that's how you find questions also in our game. So the more you get closer to the question, you like you cold. If you're far away from the question, you say that you want. So that also keeps you interested in finding the question. Oh, I'm good. I'm almost there. So that's how we keep you entertained at the same time. So you're looking for that question, which is you're going to learn once you try and answer that question. There's a voice speaking, there is knowledge integrated within the game.
Yeah.
So do you see how you learn?
I see.
Yeah.
So as I was saying earlier on, we making this conversation simple.
Yes.
So more focused on the education part and how we're using such systems and tools as well.
Yeah.
So you're saying was the cost rate currently in the country, the trade and so forth. It also was a lot of people are discouraged right now to study because I'm saying for most they can't find jobs. People can't really go through the education route, called like thriving because of the it's still the scar general in the country, you know, the corruption and so forth. It's allowing abantu mhlawumbe not saying successful now at the high school, but I guess it's important mhlawumbe grade 10 or grade 12 only, no teacher education. They drive in top cars, they top houses and so forth. So this student, you know, nowadays education landscape in a pass rate as a student of full and see what I'm seeing over as a part. How do I get motivated and plan to study further and plan incorporate such systems like semester has and so forth? Like what do I do? What do you advise me as a student?
As a student, so I just want to explain what we do as NHUSTA, just in simple terms.
Alright.
So we design impact learning games
Yeah.
for students. We specifically focusing on mathematics.
Mhm.
Why are we focusing on mathematics? Because it's one of the most subjects that require a high level percentage due to restrictions when it comes to university. Most courses that, especially that form part of the skills that are in demand in South Africa, they require you to pass maths, of which that is what we do. We're trying to assist students so that they can gain that entry access into varsity without getting demotivated. And one thing that also restricts students when it comes to getting job, even though they have graduated, when they get to a workplace, they don't really understand the content or when they go to an interview. Because one thing we should know about mathematics is a foundational language that is communicated every day. If you're going into a finance place, you're going to work for a bank, there is mathematics, which is a financial literacy that is going to be communicated within the bank. But then if you as a student couldn't pass that topic, how are you going to be able to apply the basics that you've learned? So it's more like sometimes you can't apply what you've learned to school, like in a real workplace environment. And that is what Mr. Does, is trying to motivate students to be able to apply the knowledge that they have when they get to a workplace, when they are being interviewed. The topic should still be exciting for them. That is going to increase chances of them getting into a workplace as well. When it comes to business, to those who wants to be entrepreneurs who have your finance, then you should be able to apply that finance. If you want to be an engineer, you need to also understand the topics because maths is just everywhere. Of which is that's why we're trying to make it relatable as possible so they can build that skill of understanding so that they can be able to apply those skills as well when it comes to workplace, which will result in them getting into a better course that is required in South Africa as one of the best demanded skills. And secondly, high chances of being accepted into corporate spaces. That is what we're trying to do.
Cool. So that means back to my question really use. So is this for a man who only do maths, number one? And then number two, like I know a lot of people what courses is he top notch or BScs, economics and so forth, but they still battle with finding a job or whatever. So my question is that I really goes, but as a student right now, I'm seeing what I'm seeing right now. But I don't really go far to school. I live in the life, you know, and like such student like myself, how would you advise me to change? Let's say you're thinking young, and how can I utilize such games also trying to build just my other skills as well, trying to build GDP and so forth.
Okay, so when it comes to maths, since I told you that maths is a foundational language, it helps you decide what you're also interested into. Maths has finance, it has calculus, it has literature. Those topics can make you decide whether are you a person who loves being in finance or are you a person who's interested in building. Because if you're interested in building, you'll enjoy Euclidean geometry. Are you someone who's interested in calculus? Are you someone who's interested when it comes to probabilities, your sequences? Enjoying those topics as well can make you decide on what you like. And then if you are mostly into finance, you can also end up bridging into entrepreneurship
Yes.
of which is now that's when you have to associate yourself with people who are already ahead in the entrepreneurship space. You're going to learn from those people. So when you are studying maths, you need to also check which topic does the student enjoy the most, and are they mostly attracted into the topic because it's easy, or they just love solving problems based on that topic. Which is that's why we are saying that we're trying to make the content relatable, so that we get to understand the teacher better. Because when now we're partnering in the future with career guidance companies, they are going to analyze those results, that the students understand trigonometry, they understand calculus, and meaning this is the field they might be interested to focus on, and then from there they will keep on building those skills. Also, one thing that helps that I feel like students don't do is job shadowing, visiting the company that you're interested in working with. So now they visit those companies after a person has graduated. But in honest facts, the company doesn't know you. But then if you start associating with them from a younger age, as soon as you get into varsity, you grow with them because they know who you are, they understand you, and you get to learn their culture. Because sometimes the question is, as a student who's looking for a job, are you going to be able to adapt to your culture of the environment that you're going to work in? So my advice would be, once you've found the type of skill that you're interested in, or the course that you're interested in, get closer with the company that is mostly focused on that field. Let them know you, spend time with them, visit them for your holiday, vacancy jobs. Go there so that they get to know you. That increases your chances of being employed as well. And then for people who are just entrepreneurs, driving basic cars, those people found their skills area. Meaning they noticed while they were in school, no, I enjoy entrepreneurship, I enjoy financing. Let me just take this route because I don't have maybe to go to school in order for me to be able to do that. So I think it's all about knowing yourself as well, finding what you like and what you enjoy the most.
I picked up a lot of things from what you were saying, but it's a me to pick up is that you mean that as the person, you have to put the effort with discovering yourself. Izinto enjoyayo and umzekelo like a young vision board working to do A, B, C, and D in the near future, because no one is like my entire with obviously like as you say if I don't know what I want to do, answer as a company, I want a job shadow. If I don't know what to do, it was a course and you got but I just ask, okay, I enjoy A, B, C, and D. It's easier to map it out and map it out to say early. So it was a feature and many advantage. So the current state of the game around, I heard you mention a lot of AI and so forth. So for me, I see a lot of people like you can just put the company, you can just put AI behind the company name, and then it sounds all tech, Silicon Valley kind of vibe. But the question is that for me, like, what is this? What is this? As I was saying, just put them on the I just use that for like marketing purposes. But I've always heard of Google, a lot of things, especially like in universities, like more theoretical subjects like essays, especially like writing, like that thing, like for plagiarism. Do you know that?
Not really. I'm an accounting student, so we don't do much of the research.
The move, but it was okay.
But I know what you're talking about.
I've got the same guys as a composer and but they basically put in then be and then basically we in a percentage.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then the percentage must be below like 10%. So most someone is like in the education space are very reluctant to this AI thing because like was before cheating will happen. So how would we differentiate that? How do we adapt and so forth? It's a new era. So my question is to you, since the whole platform now has this AI thing and so forth. So with students easy on the like cheat, get past the one that like students cheat even now. Like increase cheating the like as a way you guys about tech, yeah, because a lot of people are against, but same time, they for it because that's information, that's even as busy, basically protect the efficiency of with different high schools. I think one of the reasons why I'm climbing the brand, the company was birthed was because of the legacy of the but a lot of people are scared, including the teachers and so forth. So, what I will umzali, umntana, mfundi, uthethelakazi and so forth. What do you say to them about this whole thing? And approach from yourself and from the team. Approach going for just a young prediction team approach.
Okay. When it comes to our platform,
Yes.
our learning AI is trained in a way that it improves understanding. It doesn't just give a child an answer, it gets to understand where the child got lost when they had to answer the question. I saw where Shah had a demo right now, so that I could show you. So it has questions like, so do you understand what is meant by probability? Can you define probability to be? And then if a student can't define that, then it tries and gives students hints.
Let's try to define it now, between now. Just a young game. Let's try to define it.
Just a young game.
Define probability. So let's define it now. Let's define probability.
Okay, so let me be no. I can just be no. Let's say you are a student, so you played the game and then you've been getting questions wrong, and then now Nora is going to come in and say that, hi Ndu, I noticed that you've been getting questions wrong on this chapter, which is sequences.
Sure.
Where are you getting lost?
Okay, cool. Yeah, I get the point. You asked to define the probability.
Yes.
So again, let's each define it on our own. So you can define it now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I think I don't understand. Are we in the game?
No, just I think it's like game. Just here on the show.
Okay.
Just to define probability. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So when it comes to probability, it's the likelihood of depicting an outcome. Whether am I 100% likely to get 100% if I study for the whole night, or if I roll a dice, what's the probability of myself getting 6? So it's about the likelihood of something happening.
Oh man, yeah. Okay, now it's just work out the chances basically. Okay, is that my even with the range up to a 60% chance, there's probability as well. Okay. Moving on. So what is this? With the AI part to it, as I was saying, there's a lot of people that against it.
Yes.
What do you see to judge generally with other platforms, or just judge generally from what's the founder of such a platform? What do you say to those people? Just general,
without focusing on NHUSTA.
Yes.
Yeah, because I feel like with us we have looked at that. Specifically, because even when it comes to a teacher is the one who uploads the content on behalf of a student, and then a student goes home, plays the game, then the teacher can check the analytics tomorrow, which is also decreasing their workload in terms of the teachers marking homework and not being able to access the analytics where a student doesn't understand in real time. So there is also no plagiarism there, because we allow a teacher who has designed the content to upload that content. But when it comes to other platforms as well, where teachers are scared, I think with upcoming tech founders, there could be an encouragement as well from the government who are supporting edtech platforms to come up with solutions on which we can try and make teachers comfortable and parents when it comes to this problem, because it's something that's happening in universities. Everyone is using AI, most people, especially when it comes to research. And I don't think that's a good thing, because now we're going to have future leaders who cannot write essays. We're going to have future leaders who are not able to do their research personally, because we are dependent on AI as well. So I think if we can come up with solutions, but it's difficult. I think more research has to be done on how to solve this problem. But I currently have no solution right now. But we're just hoping to upcoming founders and founders like myself, yourself, on how we can find problems into solving this problem.
Wonderful. Yeah, just to check from when I pick up in the market, just around socials and so forth. A lot of people are saying that the AI use is good,
Yes.
but don't 100% rely on it for doing the whole thing. You should take a skill in us and just improve efficiency and how you work. Because umzekelo uzayicela incediso ne. Bese umzekelo you have to type out into that will take like an hour. But then you just give instruction prompt, as you guys would say, and it saves you, it can be in a minute, So yeah, it is efficient, but not you saying that by hey, because as you say, it takes away as a skill they never do. At the end of the day, we're just building and basically having a bandwagon going to grow up, and then let's see AI. We move on from AI and then give us a bandwagon who are not able and capable in the world. So with this kind of thing, it's really exciting, and it's, as I said, that it's a new era. And I think parents nowadays are fun and able to back in the days. They're more open, they're more supportive. And usually I think over time, it's similar platform like most other edtech platforms. I'm not sure how old are you, but in my time there was Inkata Kids. Remember Inkata Kids?
No.
Do you know Inkata Kids?
No.
So Inkata was like it was like Google for us because just Google for Ramadan. You'd see things like tourism, camel, the animals, and so you'd search, and it pops up, and then you're land. Okay. And from Inkata Kids, I'm trying to think of camel mats. But I'm trying to say, things are like a kind of form because also a bit of like, because you tell them that.
Yeah.
You tell like in pictures, in graphics.
Or storytelling. And visualization as well.
The games itself. So, the wolf. Yeah, okay. Let's take a break. So, guys, we're back from the end break, and man, said quite a lot of it, and I just said quite a lot about from just education going into the future. How can all parties involved, which is the learner, the teacher, and the school, adapt to your face? Man, some guys think, well, I'm close now, and so how are you feeling after that break?
Okay, I'm just wondering if I saw on your LinkedIn, you had an Easter game that you were pushing with your audiences. So I want to know, how did that work for you in terms of integrating marketing with the gaming sector? And how is it treating you so far? I wish I could just revert back all the questions that you asked me to you, since you also tried to get into that space of gaming as well. So how is it for you, and how are you finding it as well?
Yeah, so first things first, for me, is out to putting money there, but I don't see any notification for me coming there. But okay, I called it. Yes, to the point. So on that part for me, so gaming, we use it as direction. So to get over campaigns like prioritize campaign, their campaign. So we also want to watch to learn music foreign people. We doing ones industry thing and so forth. We didn't want a client, we didn't want but to get to the support times with the brand, gaming kid. So that's how the gaming part comes in, and you realize, well, okay, ironically, I'm not a tiny kid. Or better language. And that's how the being a big music he's like to going, singing up week for so we got a couple of versions coming in and played. And having seen for us right, and thanks for us. This was so man, it's massive true.
Okay.
Do you see any gaps for like a one more simple person trying to how can they take advantage of the opportunity of this new way of learning going forward, considering that everybody's still scared, everybody's still lost? Maybe how can they take and how can they spot? Is there a gap for a normal person to enter And what are the various ways?
Okay, since NHUSTA is still new as well, so we are still trying to fit into the space as well, because there are many funding opportunities and competitions that we entered so far. But then some, we've gotten funding. Shout out to MTN and NHUSTA for sponsoring us and believing in us throughout this journey. And then with some, we did not manage to get that funding. So we're just taking their feedback as well, that we're trying to work on what we're doing. So we're also trying to learn from people who have been in this space for a long time.
Yes.
One of the most challenges is scalability.
Okay.
So when it comes to scalability, we are still trying to make sure that we maintain that. Officers, I have an amazing team as well, who's helping us maintain that, like how to maintain NHUSTA when it comes to the long term, when it comes to scalability, in terms of looking at it as a business. For someone who's still new in the space, learning, consulting with people who are already ahead, because this is how we also got into the space. But most of all, have a heart for people, for young people, know what you're trying to solve, what problem have you identified, and how are you trying to solve that problem. Do not give up along the process, because the problem will still be faced by people in the future if you don't solve it now. Associate yourself as well with people who are into entrepreneurship, learn from those. In each and every school nowadays, the incubation programs, enter those programs, learn. Because when it comes to business, it requires your energy, your strength, and you need to believe even when it's difficult. So for me, just learn, be willing to learn, and be willing to listen and receive feedback in a positive way, which is always relate to that as positive traits, like you learn to people. And just take feedback positively, even sometimes it doesn't come in a good way. But try to analyze ways that you can try and take that feedback to work in your own advantage.
Sure, I she said the mouthful and the master learn, but so and just na yapo ndio sababu tunatumia so like as masculine let's learn. So you say quite a lot of things there. The market is totally open for when you want to come in and be a player. So now, for instance, almost a bit buff, we go in a very, we are the most, the most unequal society about what inequality means. So, how do they access such tools? When it might be by migration in data coverage is bad. How do they maybe get in touch with this kind of platforms? When you align what the physical aspect, how can they get involved? Is it inclusive like that, or fund needs you to have a certain values in the mixed up systems?
Okay, so when it comes to NHUSTA, we have a board game which takes the part of offline learning, because we believe when we meet offline, we don't mean that the platform should not use data, but then we should be able to distribute a board game and the knowledge to a student who doesn't have a cell phone, to a student who can't afford a cell phone, to a student who's not allowed to bring a cell phone in class as well, for a teacher who can't permit students to network or data because they can't afford it. So we have a physical board game that a student can use and keep it at home forever. So no data costs incurred. They can just buy that board game, and then parents as well using that board game, which also allows them to connect with parents. Our board game is cultural, so for a student who is in the rural areas, they will relate to the content, because it doesn't matter in South Africa if you live in that every area or you live in the rural area, but we all have same cultures. And the manners who live in urban, than the manners who live in rural areas. So we still have not forgotten where we come from. So our board game is built on identity. So a student from a rural area can just look at our board game. They can relate and they can build minds. When it comes to our online platform.
Yeah.
For now, because of the AI integration that is within our platform, offline learning is not yet possible.
Okay.
But that is what we're working towards.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Future.
No, I see. So, this is the last question before we wrap it up. So, let's say that institute develop education or a school or whatever. So, why should they take on why should they? I mean, that is the down the platform as well.
Yes.
But why Mr. Why? And once again, like, why should then? Why should the parents? Why should the school aid develop education such departments and institutions take on most as opposed to maybe another competitor?
Committees Act. One and foremost of the most important things is that NHUSTA is built at the heart on behalf of each learner.
Yep.
We love education.
Sure.
We love every learner. We love every parent. We love a teacher. So we built NHUSTA taking those people into consideration, the care of them. When it comes to our content, is curriculum aligned. It is a supporting tool for exam preparation. So a tutor can use it for revision purposes. They'll be able to also identify gaps in real time when a student doesn't understand. We're trying to also reduce the administrative workload to a teacher when it comes to homework marking. Because when a teacher gets home, they have lots of responsibilities. Officials, they need time to themselves to reset before they can deal with the students again the following day. So they can upload their question paper and memo, then they can let the students play at home, the game. So while the student is playing the game, the teacher can see the results in real time, understanding where is it who lacks and where is it who needs help.
Yes.
And at the same time, while they have access to their data the following day, there's no homework marking, but rather they will just assist the students where they lack knowledge, of which is that will improve marks and learning outcomes in South Africa, especially when it comes to mathematics. Students now are going to qualify for courses like medicine, your engineering, that require a high pass rate when it comes to mathematics. We are saying that also others going to contribute to the skills because if they understand that they need to deal with their disciplines in real life at the workplace, they'll be able to apply what they've learned to school. So we are helping students understand the content better, of which is just a supporting tool for textbooks that already exist, for question papers that already exist, tutors, teachers, and varsity as well.
Nice, man. Nice. I guys, you've had quite a mouthful, and I know it's very. I see why in activity take on our outlet. So we maybe schools, letters, parents, dependent of education, you take on and one over. Students made a case to that. So before Savannah, I would like to make any outside the family. How can people get on with it? Say it's a student out there, a teacher, or even a school or development education, as I would say, family want to touch with the brand and experience, the brand and the managers.
You can get Ezito Sidwoku on LinkedIn, and then we can connect and we can talk from there. We are also available on our LinkedIn page as NHUSTA at linkedin.co.za. You can also get us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And most importantly, currently we're visiting school, which is we're going to Cohen High School. We'll be with them for the whole month of May. And we just hoping we interact with the students. We so wish they get the most out of our board game in our online platform. You can also get us on our website, which is www.nhsta.co.za. But most importantly, I'm always available on LinkedIn. We can connect, share some insights, especially with teachers with PhD in mathematics. I believe there are a lot of conversations that we might have as well.
No, nice. Guys, see me about it. But they talk about before say by something. I'm not sure guys by the chance to take a guess. And before some one, but I mean Joe's acting one kind of change. And guys don't explain it until what you guys ready? You guys ready? So 3,
2, 1, 0.
So guys, we have before we close, we have these board gave the description, but I want to describe it for us in it because this is far with Randy, so that's aspects that actual similar of color, a lot of patterns. It reminds me a lot of something so cooler. And yeah, before I was a kid, I would look at interested because in the compartments is in it. It really gives that a virtual kind of reality kind of vibe. Like I'm on the shore of there's some good. What think is it about how they like?
This is our amazing bot for our board game that students are going to use. They are going to travel around our amazing world, of which is we have bridges with talking to engineers there. They know the mathematics that is interpreted, but our cue cards are going to ask those questions with the varsity. As we can see, your triangles. What we're trying to tell the learner is that where every day you see maths communicates with you. Maths is a foundational language that you see every day.
Yes.
That is what our board game differentiates, is that when you look at our cartoons, you can see the designs with our beats, with your triangles, with your circles. Our culture is just beautiful in South Africa. We have different cultures, and you look at their designs, you see maths everywhere. So we want children now and students to know that, hey, maths is everywhere. I see this everywhere. And when they look at the question paper, that shouldn't scare them. They should know that I've seen this somewhere and I need to know how to solve it. So let's solve for those angles because they are designed within our culture. Of course, that is how we make mathematics fun and interactive in order for students to understand the content.
Management guys, we is coming straight from the owner, from the founder, from the creative, from the vision. Guys, introduce my opinion from the marketing, and Banani, and we'll check you guys next time. Otherwise, cheers.
Finally.